So today's goal is to get, this is the old rad out of the 360 Ford, which is the FE block, and this is the new Dodge rad over here. Now it's only about an inch wider than the Ford rad itself, so it's pretty close already. I'm going to take off the brackets on both sides, build my own top brackets, and see if I can try to salvage to use the stock Dodge bottom brackets and maybe a rubber softener. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, I'll put videos up when I'm done near the end of the day. Thanks, guys. Okay, I got the rad and the intercooler on. I actually used a lot of the factory Dodge parts to help install these. I took the bottom of the Dodge rad cradle right out. It's actually built to some pretty thick angle and it's all compacted. And I just cut it to fit between the frame rails. I actually had to cut out the upright supports in this, but it's okay. It's going to be plenty strong. I didn't put reinforcements. And I just tack welded it in. It caught the bottom factory rad mounts. It's a very tight fit for this rad. I even used the top factory Dodge mounts. I just cut them and bent them. It's just a self-tapper to hold it for now. I'll drill and tap 2 half-inch holes to hold it in there good. Both sides are like that. Again, very tight down inside there. Now the intercooler itself, I have one, but it's got a whole bunch of holes in it. So my buddy gave me this one, and he tells me he doesn't know if this one's pressure tested. So it was actually bent. I had to put quite a bit of force on it. He works at an auto wrecker yard, so I imagine he got it from there. I cut the factory mounts where it goes onto the Dodge, and I welded them on. I'll put more welds to it later, but it's pretty secure. I built a 1x1 spacer and spaced it out about 3 inches. This side's got light, so now it sticks out. Same as the rad sticks out about 1 inch, so I'll just put the a rubber gasket in there so that keeps the air coming through the rad. It all went together pretty nicely. I had to put the cradle back on there. I just put a piece of wood to stop it from falling backwards and a bungee cord pulling it backwards, so it stayed up. And the only issue I kind of had, I had to kind of cut big pieces out of the rad cradle, but the drain is very, very close to the power steering box. I'll never be able to use that drain. So usually I live in Canada, so they usually seize up anyway. You just pull off the bottom rad hose and let her drain. Now this is the factory Dodge rad. I haven't been able to find a tape in my shop all day. I just hope that the space from that rad to the firewall is enough to fit that motor. I really think it is because it's a pretty tight fit in there. And that's if worst comes to worst, I take off the manual fan, I put an electric fan on there. This has probably been only about 2 hours just modifying it, but the truck's not going to be a show truck. It's going to be a truck that people admire from 20 feet away at 20 miles an hour. I might enter it in a couple of my local shows just because it costs $15 to get through the entrance at Burles Creek, to walk through the entrance, and when you enter your truck, you pay $10 and you get parking right at the front. That's the only car shows I really enter this thing in. Oh well. But everything's going pretty smooth. I just got a call from UPS at the border, and they told me my part will be here probably Thursday or Friday. So she's all coming along. I need to buy some more of that spray. It actually turned out really good. It's textured. Feels like kind of rhino lining, but it's definitely not because it chips off real easy. But you have to have a black coat underneath it, or else it doesn't really cover that well. So I need to buy a couple more cans. But everything's going pretty good on this. It is now, I believe, Monday, so I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, so I don't know, there's not too much more I can do until I get my parts, but this part here does not fit now. So I'm probably going to have to highly modify this piece here to make it fit. That's just to close my hood. What I'll probably do is I'll probably cut it right there and then just build a lot of bracing along the top to hold that on there, because without that on the back it will work. I just don't want it smacking off that intercooler. I don't know how the grill's gonna fit now. I really don't, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I got a good grill in my house that I painted up about a year ago and never installed. So I'll do all my test fitting on my old grill. And any mistakes I make, I will learn from. That one there. Alright guys, I'll upload these videos and hopefully you're staying tuned. Bye.